This is Abe Friedtanzer from Awards Buzz, and I'm so delighted to be speaking with June Squibb about Thelma. How are you, June?
I'm good in my apartment.
Wonderful. I had the chance to see this film at Sundance with a nice big audience, and that was really
Uh,
a lot of fun.
yes, it was. It was so amazing. All the love and everybody was so great about it.
You tell me if you ever encountered one of the scams like what we see in the film and what your reaction was?
I've never been scammed. I've gotten the phone calls, and I used to get the phone calls, and now I get it by text all the time, and I just ignore them. So I have never been caught.
Oh, well, I think Thelma is definitely a very fun character because she's very with it in a lot of ways, but
Uh,
also some things, she doesn't quite see. What do you like most about her?
I think just her grit and determination and her refusal to let age, stop her or to make her different than what she really is.
What appealed to you about the project originally?
The script was wonderful. Just reading it the first time, and I felt I have to do this. I really knew this was something I wanted to do and had to do.
It's really great. Do you feel like Thelma is a lot like other characters you've played, or she's really a
No,
departure?
I think she's very different. I think she's very different than anything I've ever played, really.
Is she the kind of person that you would want to be friends with in your own life, or you'd want to be a
Oh,
little bit careful
yes.
about getting close to?
Yes. Yeah, I liked her. I mean, I think that's part of why I wanted to do it. I really liked this woman. I felt I understood who she was and what sort of made her tick. And she was likable.
I like that she also has a range of different relationships with people in her family. Some of them
Yes.
are warm and trusting, and some are a little pricklier. Can you
Yeah.
relate to that kind of thing just in your own relationship with friends and family?
Oh, yes. I mean, even people that you're supposed to be so close to, sometimes deep down, it's not really working. But I think we all have that, that we can't all, be exactly what we're presenting ourselves as.
What can you say about Fred Heshinger as a co-star?
Ah, he's great. He's such a wonderful actor. And I keep saying he's so young. He has such control of his talents, of his abilities, that it's amazing to me at the age he is to work the way he does. And he's great fun. We've become good friends and we see each other now all the time. If I'm in New York, I see him, and when he's out here, he comes and has lunch or dinner or something with me.
Really nice. I also assume you have a slightly warmer, more cordial relationship with Parker Posey and Clark Gregg than what we see in the film.
Oh, yes, yes, of course.
And Richard Roundtree obviously is such a wonderful part of this film, and it's very sad that he's
Mhm.
no longer with us. What can you share about working with him?
Well, he was a very, I don't, singular man. I mean, there just are none others like him in this world, really. And he was gentle, and yet he had some of the prickliness that you think of Shaft as having, when he was younger, and very smart, very intelligent man. And I don't we just talked a lot. We talked a lot about our families. He has 5 kids, and I have a child. And so, we whatever we knew of each other, we talked about it.
Really nice. And Malcolm McDowell is not someone I think of as necessarily. I have to assume he's a lot nicer than all of the characters he's played because I'm not trying ever liked
Yes.
someone that he plays. But your scenes with him, I think, are definitely some of the funniest in this film.
Yeah, no, he's wonderful. He was there for 2 days with us. And I always think of him as a naughty little boy. And I know he's in his 80s, but there's something so childlike and youthful. I guess youthful is a better word for it. And, he has a wonderful joie de vivre about the whole everything. There's something just really great. You always feel he's enjoying life.
That's good. What can you say about Josh Margolin?
Oh, Well, I mean, the fact this is his first script, not first script he's ever written, but the first one to be done, and first time director, I think he's just amazing. I mean, what he's done. And then to have everybody sort of recognize Thelma as what he wanted them to. I mean, he wanted to have a love story to his grandmother, and everybody's taking it as that, I think. No, I think he's amazing. I think his career is just starting in film. I think he'll be a very important filmmaker.
I hope so. I also enjoyed a little reference in the film where, Thelma encountered somebody and asked, I can't remember which way it was, if they knew each other from Sinai, but then she went to
Oh, right.
Bethel.
Yes. Do I
That's
know you? Yes. Yeah.
a very, just a familiar kind of general reference, but also as someone living in LA who's been to both synagogues, I like the sort of subtlety of that niche reference for
Yeah.
the local community, which is fun.
No, that is fun. I love that. I love doing it. It was fun to do, with the actresses. It was mostly women that I did it with. And it was just, I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny.
There are also some action scenes which probably aren't as stunt heavy as, the kind of things we see in other films, but do you feel like you were prepared for those? Or is that something new
I
for you?
was, and I really ended up doing more than they ever dreamt I could. So that pleased me because, like with the scooter, they were afraid, for me to get on it practically, and I kept saying, "No, I want to try it," and they finally let me try it and realized I could do it, and so I got to do it from then on. And then they thought, well, we'll have her just do the straight work, and anything that needs to be done, we'll have a stunt woman. And that thing where I hit Richard with the scooters, that they did not plan on. I just did that. And they kept saying, you drive up to him and stop, get off, and we'll have a stunt person take off. And I thought, this is ridiculous. And I just rammed into him. And luckily they were shooting the whole thing, and I tore off afterwards, and they got it all on camera. So they got it all there. They didn't need the stunt woman for that.
How does it feel to have your first big leading role at this point in your career?
Well, it feels wonderful because I guess you do feel, I don't know, more important, I mean, because of everybody's reaction to it. And you do get more time in front of the camera. So that's fun.
Other roles that you are excited to try in the future? Do you want to do a lot more acting? What's ahead for you?
Well, I intend to act. I have a few things coming out. I have a film called Eleanor that I did with Scarlett Johansson. It was her first feature directing. And that was a fun and a very exciting, thing to be doing. And I'm supposed to go do a cartoon voiceover after the first of the year, be a regular on a new show. So I'm still, and I've had some offers. I've actually turned down some things. So I'm just, seeing what is presented to me. And if it looks interesting, I'll try to do it.
Had a lot of really great successes in the past. I know Nebraska is a really fun movie with, again,
Yeah.
a character of yours I like a lot, but I don't think I would actually like to spend a lot of time
To
with
be
in
with her.
person.
No, you wouldn't.
So what reflections do you have from that film?
From Nebraska.
Yeah.
I just remember we were so proud of it making it. We knew that we were doing something very special. We had no idea that it would, be the award film that it was, but we just knew that we were doing something special. And I love working with Alexander. That was the second film I'd done with him. So I enjoy that very much. And Bruce, Will Forte, Bob Odenkirk, you couldn't ask for better, I don't think. So there was a lot about it that was very, very wonderful.
You've had a lot of great roles over the course of your career. I know I've seen you in a lot of shows like Good Girls and Shameless.
Mhm.
Do you enjoy little guest spots like that, or do you
I
prefer
do.
something regular?
Yes, I do enjoy it. And like Shameless, I would go back, and Good Girls too. I would go back every so often and, repeat the character that I had done. No, I enjoy that. I enjoy that.
What are some gems from your, resume that you feel people don't ask you about enough that you still remember very warmly?
You know what I always think of Inside Out, the movie, and I just love making it. Frank Oz directed it, and that was not the first set of movies I did, but probably the second set. I was sort of a little better known in New York, and I had a wonderful role in it, some funny lines. And that was great fun. And I still think of that. I think of that when people start listing my films.
How you feel like the industry has changed over the course of your career?
I do. I think the age thing has for the better. I think now we're looking at age a little differently. I don't think it's where we would want it to be, but it's better. You know, you're seeing more about age, and I think they're looking into age, taking more time with it, seeing what it really is on film. And I keep being amazed at all the wonderful leading ladies who are now working and in their 50s, 60s. And that's new. That had never happened before.
What advice would you give to somebody who might be in their 50s or 60s looking to get into the industry?
I don't know that that's a good idea getting into the industry at 50 or 60. I mean, I think most of us that, hit these ages and are working have been doing it for years and years and years. We've really done a lot of work before.
Is there anything you would tell your younger self that you'd want to do differently?
I guess just relax more, don't take things so seriously and don't listen all the time. I did pretty well on that. I had mentors and I had teachers that I certainly listened to. And I did listen to some that I shouldn't have, but other than that, I did pretty good there.
Well, this is Awards Buzz, and while we certainly think that Thelma and you are awards worthy, I always am curious, what are you watching? Is there anything you've seen recently that really struck you as particularly terrific?
Gosh, one of the last things I saw, what was that one with Aquafina? Quiz Ladies with Aquafina and Sandra Oh, and I know Sandra. I met her years ago, and I that film just tickled me to pieces. I thought that was so funny. I'm
Definitely a
eager to
fun
see
one.
Blitz. I'm eager to see Blitz. That's what I'm really eager to see.
Wonderful. Well, it is such a pleasure speaking with you. I'm excited to see what you do next and just for more people to get to see Thelma.
Yes, yes. I can't. I just think it's wonderful that this film has done what it's done.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, June. It's so nice to speak with you.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.